work the rescue unit must do. It requires hard work by skilled men. Human beings may be trapped alive under tons of debris. No effort must be spared to save them. Alive or dead, they must be rescued without further risk to life. To do this, the rescue unit must be well organized, well equipped, and well trained. Experience in England has shown that when air raids come, the rescue service is called upon more than any other emergency service except the fire department. Here in America, distribution of the population and the prevailing type of construction in each community determine how many rescue units are needed. In most civilian protection organizations, the fire department directs the rescue service and supplies basic equipment to the individual units. The depot in which the tools and equipment are kept should also be suitable for training and practice in rescue procedure. It's not likely that any two bombings will leave the same rescue problems. For that reason, the men who make up the rescue unit should be chosen for their special abilities. Plumbers, construction workers, sand hogs, men who are strong enough to work long hours, tough and wiry enough to work fast in dangerous places. Men who know how to size up a job. These are the kind of men who are needed. They must have experience in handling the kind of equipment used in rescue work. Men who work at house wrecking, scaffolding, and structural steel erecting can use the knowledge acquired in their trades to get casualties out of demolished buildings. Even though each man is a specialist in his particular line, the whole unit will be more efficient if all members are trained to use all the equipment. To direct the saving of lives is the leader's responsibility. He must plan and carry out the work thoughtfully and methodically. He must keep careful records of what is done. The driver is in charge of the equipment in the truck. Take good care of the equipment. The equipment is expensive, and priorities make it doubly hard to replace. It should be stored to provide a clear floor space and arranged for easy access. When you get a call, remember that there are other emergency vehicles on the road. Use caution at intersections. When you get near the incident, slow down. Park where you won't block traffic. Tell the air raid warden or incident officer who you are. Get as much information from him as you can. Ask him about the extent of the damage. How many were trapped and where? Does he know of any dangerous walls or damaged utilities that may need prompt attention? Cooperate with medical, fire, or other services that may be present. Well, this is not an actual bombing incident. It has been staged to suggest actual conditions which might occur during an air raid. There are few rules for tackling any particular rescue job, since everyone is different. You must plan your survey of the damage so that you will overlook nothing. Begin by making a sketch of the area. Keep notes as the rescue work proceeds. As you search for casualties, look out for dangerous walls and other hazards. Watch for escaping gas, burst water mains, or oil tanks. Your search must be systematic. Start at the lowest level and work up. Lose no time in having your unit remove the casualties as you find them. You may save a life that way. Mark on a tag where and when you find each casualty, and tie the tag to some part of the victim's clothing. This will help to identify him. But you must not delay in searching for the others who are known to have been in the building. Never force an unlocked door that won't open. It may cause a landslide, or there may be a casualty behind it. Stay close to walls. Study the construction of the building. Look under stairways. Keep calling and listening for trapped persons. If the victims were known to be on the upper floors, try to get some idea which way the floors have fallen. If a floor collapses in this way, more or less horizontally, it may have carried a casualty straight down. The ceiling joists may have broken in the middle and formed two lean-tos with the walls, either of which may protect the victim. Study of the broken beams and the lay of the debris sometimes shows the location of such voids and which is the quickest way to get at them. Do not stop your search until everybody has been found. Those who have been buried alive and are conscious may be found by tapping. Place your men near pipes, beams, or other solid pieces reaching into the debris. No system of signals is necessary. Use a regular beat, and the victim will answer it the same way. Keep on tapping. It gives the victim hope.
Hey, Frank. I think I hit somebody down here.
Okay, it's a signal.
That's him, all right.
To reach the victim in the quickest and safest way, look for basement walls that can be cut through. Don't hole through a weak and dangerous wall. It may cause a landslide. Good judgment now may save life and time later. Keep this in mind. If anyone is alive under that pile, it is because a timber is protecting him. It may be an unstable support. Debris is treacherous. It may shift and collapse. Don't let anyone walk on it. Even the slightest movement may result in a landslide and crush the person you're trying to rescue. Be careful of every move you make. If a victim is known to be trapped in the lower part of the building, tunneling is generally the best and swiftest means of reaching him. But don't start tunneling until you are sure of the place you are trying to reach. Tunneling through spoil is not the same as tunneling through dirt or rock. But the two methods are alike in that the top and sides of the tunnel must be strutted and propped as the work proceeds. Where there are heavy timbers to support, the method shown here may be used. But props should be wedged so that they won't slide out from under if the debris shifts. This type of tunnel, or the use of frames supported by cleats and spacing pieces, is sometimes dangerous and impractical where there's small rubble and loose debris. This triangular type of tunnel is usually the best for small rubble and many kinds of debris. Fairly heavy timbers, keyed at the corners, form a rigid structure capable of withstanding pressure from any direction. Tunneling may take hours and even days. Don't let the men work until they ask to be relieved. Use regular hourly shifts. Small wiry men are best suited to this job. Tunneling is dangerous work. Never fail to use a safety line so that you can be traced if the tunnel collapses or if you are overcome by gas. Form a human chain. This may be the fastest way to get rubble baskets out, and no time will be lost in getting needed equipment to the face of the tunnel. Be sure to prop before you cut through a timber. It may be carrying a great weight, and cutting it may cause a collapse. Watch out for live wires and escaping gas. As soon as you can, start talking to the person who is trapped. Don't keep asking him if he's all right. Get him to talk about his work, his friends, anything to take his mind off his pain. Even though a victim may not seem hurt, he may have serious internal injuries, so move him carefully. Make the tunnel large enough so you can get the victim out on a stretcher. Trapped persons are not always as easily reached as this. You may run into solid obstructions that cannot be passed. Then you'll have to start another tunnel. Tunneling cannot be used in every job. If it can't be done, or if it fails, the victims have to be reached by a systematic stripping of the debris. There are times when bystanders can help in stripping, but supervise them so that they will be an asset and not a hindrance. Work from as many sides as possible. Avoid rehandling the rubble. Mark each pile of spoil so it won't be stripped again by another squad. Only after every casualty has been accounted for can you consider your work finished. Persons have been recovered alive after having been buried in debris for as long as 7 days. Make a careful report of the work you have done. This is of vital importance to wardens, medical and welfare services, and to the relatives of the injured and dead. And it will avoid wasteful duplication if a relief squad has to take over. Check the equipment before you leave the incident. The loss of one item may make the next rescue job impossible. And that next job may come soon. You must be prepared for it. You must maintain your standards of efficiency as individuals and as members of a team. Even after a strenuous incident, you must continue your daily training routine. Teach your own special skills to other members of the unit. Practice building derricks and learn to work with ropes. You may have to give emergency first aid. You may have to work where there is gas. You must know about all kinds of construction. You must know how to put out a firebomb. You must know these things because they help you to do your big job, the job of rescue. It is hard and dangerous work. It's just about the toughest job in all the air raid services. But your stubborn digging will save people from suffering and death. That is your reward.